I'm Jennifer Marie Dreams, and I have created this YouTube channel in hopes to give you some inspiration towards your crafty self. Welcome to Sunday Fun Day Craft Day! My inspiration today is going to be none other than my little sister Nancy. She has decided on Mrs. Mimi G herself, S9330. The fabric of choice that I'm going to be using is a nice stretchy knit and polyester fabric. The materials you'll need is a featherlite boning, an invisible zipper, or I used an lightweight zipper, and then of course a zipper foot for your sewing machine. As I'm learning pattern and fabrics, I just want to keep you in mind that Mrs. Mimi G Style herself does have a wonderful YouTube channel that provides a sew-along description of this pattern specific. I'll place that in the description box below. So step 1, I went ahead, first pinned and then stitched a 5/8 seam on the upper front and back of the bodice. So at this time I did not realize that I needed to make sure I had a 3/8 inch allowance for the boning, so just make sure you keep that in mind for when you stitch the back and front of the bodice. So step 2, we are going to gather the upper edge of the back piece part, and then we're going to create a dart in the front piece of the pant. With a 5/8 inch seam allowance, in step 3 I went ahead and sewed the inner part of the leg, and then I also stitched the outside of the legs so that it can have that pant leg effect. So step 4, you'll just want to pin the lower edges of the front and back bodice to the pant. At this time I messed up because I actually stitched it, which I ended up having to unravel. This is where you want to just keep in mind, because you will have to put your boning in between the seams. Step 5, we're going to create the left and the right side of the belt, and then we're going to baste the right side or the back of the belt together. Step 6, we're moving on to stitching up the zipper on the left side of the upper part of the bodice. I am using a lightweight zipper, which I don't recommend. I recommend the invisible zipper like Miss Mimi G says, but I use it because I have loads of it for some reason, and I also wanted to learn how to use the zipper foot pedal, which is my first time using as well. Step 7 will begin to create the drape that is on the right side of the bodice. This includes stitching a narrow hem on the top and bottom of the drape and stitching the two pieces together. Step 8 will create the pleat effect on the drape. This is simply by folding in each mark and stitching it in place. Step 9, we're going to stitch the left side of the belt onto the drape, and then the drape onto the upper part of the bodice. Mrs. Mimi G Style YouTube video has a great demonstration on how to put these two together. Again, I'll place her YouTube channel in the description box below. Step 10, we're going to go on to inserting the boning on the inner parts of the seams. This is where you'll see a couple of my little knick-knack spots on where I messed up because I did have to unravel my material because I did stitch it in place. But I have my 3/8 inch seam allowance that is for my boning that I placed inside. Step 11, we're going to work on the inner part of the lining. This included pinning it down onto the upper part of the bodice, stitching a 5/8 inch seam allowance, and serging the lower end of the lining, which will be wrapped and tucked into the inside of the bodice. Step 12, I did my final touches by hemming and serging all the little crevices, and here I have my completed Simplicity S9330. If you found this video to be helpful or entertaining, then please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time.